Today, I'm going to show you how to launch your real estate course in 9 simple steps and turn it into an evergreen course that will make you money for as long as you really want. And you can even make on your first launch, before you ever even make your course, 20, 30, 50, maybe even $100,000. Don't believe me? Well, let me tell you, I made $25,000 before I made my course. And I also helped my friend Lame Kinney make $80,000 before he launched his course. That was in just 10 days. So if we can do it, you can do it as well. You just have to follow these 9 steps. Now, before I show you the 9 steps, I need to tell you, this is not about making a quick buck. What I'm teaching you is how to make a sustainable business that will make you money month after month after month, and it will help, keyword help, all of your clients to actually get results and to transform their lives as well. And that's the big thing here, is we're going to focus on impact. We're going to focus on getting results. We're not going to focus on making a quick buck, because at the end of the day, like, that's what a lot of people want to do. They want to come in, they want to make a course, and they just want to DM it to people. And whenever they get DMs on Instagram or whatever, they just want to like send people to the course. And that's not how this works. It works the way that I show it to you, by doing the work first, putting in the hard work first, and then it turns into, by step number 9, this evergreen course that you can share with results, with tons of testimonials, with a proven process to anyone looking to do what you're doing in your niche. You're going to want to take notes on this, but guess what? I've done that for you already. All you have to do is go down to the description below and get the step-by-step guide with all the notes from this video, the 9 steps on how to be able to launch your course. It's easy, it's free. It allows you to be able to sit here, watch this, digest the information, and then go download the notes afterwards so that you can reference back to it when you are ready to launch your course. And of course, you're probably wondering who I am. How does this guy, Kyle, have the clout, the experience to be able to teach me? What has he done? Well, I launched my course back in 2020, right around there, made $25,000 week number 1. COVID happened, so I had to go through the 9 steps I'm going to show you right now again to be able to get the results. And then year 2 was able to make about $250,000 in revenue. Year 3, we almost doubled that. Year 4, I ended up selling that business because basically at that time in my life, I was a new dad. I saw some writing on the wall for my business in the way that I wanted it, and it was going to take a lot more of my time. And I said, you know what? I want to be dad. So I sold my business, and now I'm back in it 2 years later. That's me in a nutshell. I've helped a few people along the way. I want to help more people, and that's why I've started this channel, because I have a passion for helping others. When I find something I really, really like, I want to teach it to everyone. I know I call this 9 steps, but I want to start with step number 0, which you may have already seen this from a different video, and it might have just drugged you over here. So if you've already seen it, well, good news. You are already 1 step ahead. But if you have not seen it, it's the marriage wheel. The marriage wheel essentially is the customer journey that you're going to take your customers down. It's really just taking you down this free to paid to referrals. If you have not seen that, pause this video, click the video down below, watch that first, and then come back to this. That should give you a little bit more of a clear idea of what I mean by the marriage wheel and how it's going to help people get into your funnel. But in the meantime, let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 is make a list. And there's going to be 3 different lists that you're going to make here. Number 1 is your inner circle. Number 2 is your real estate friends. And number 3 is your ideal clients. Inner circle is the people that would pick you up on the side of the road if you had a flat tire at 3 a.m. They see your call coming in at night. They know that you need help. They're there for you. Your mom, your dad, your cousins, your best friend. That's the type of person that you're going to go to. You're going to say, hey, I'm really excited. I'm starting this new business. I'm helping this kind of person to accomplish this kind of result. Who do you know that would maybe want to take me up on my offer here? And you're going to just let the people closest to you know exactly what you're doing. This is something Gary Vee talks about all the time. This is something that a lot of high producers in any sort of industry, real estate, sales, if they start a new business, they're telling the people that they know, like, and trust the most about this new business so they can go tell their friends. Number 2 is your real estate friends. So along the way, you've probably gone to meetup groups. You've probably been in masterminds. You've probably just come across a ton of real estate professionals. You may have even had them on your podcast or been on their podcast. Whatever it is, you're going to reach back out to those people, and you're going to also tell them, here's what I'm doing. But now you're going to have the expectation, more likely, that they're going to either have someone that wants what you've got, or they might even be that person. Now, as I started this channel, I reached out to some of my real estate friends and I said, hey, I'm looking to coach real estate professionals. that want to be able to make an impact on others and add another $250,000 or more to their bottom line in revenue every year. And one of the guys told me, hey, I might end up being one of your clients. Like, great, that's awesome, no pressure. But if you want to learn more about that, let's set up a time to talk. In the meantime, if you think of anyone else, love to help them too. So that's the idea as you go to your real estate friends. They're either going to be your ideal client and you didn't know it, or they're going to refer you to their ideal client, your ideal client. Now, the last one, this is the hot, off the press, your ideal client. That's number 3. And this is people that you might have experienced already. They've DM'd you. They've said, hey, I see what you're doing. It's super unique and I might be interested. Maybe you get on a call with them, or maybe you sent them like, hey, here's a podcast I was on, or here was a reel that I made. You should check it out. But as you think about that person, you want to create an offer that is going to serve that person. Now, you might want to get on the call with a few of these people before you actually go make this offer. And you might want to say, hey, what is A, B, and C that you're struggling with? And what is X, Y, and Z that you want to accomplish? What does that transformation look like to you that would make this a success? And just take some market research, take an understanding of what do they want. Now it's time to create your offer. Here's a few different key characteristics that I would recommend you have in your very first offer. This is going to be the most special of offers, and it's going to be the only time you ever do this because your goal is to get results. So number 1, yes, of course, you want to have a course. You want to have that material that, by the way, you're not even going to make that yet. So none of this is being made. You just want to have the outline. Okay, in my offer, I'm going to have a course. I'm going to have a community. I'm going to have group calls and group coaching. I'm going to probably have one-on-one coaching because in the beginning, you're going to have a lot of people that are really excited, really geared up, but they're going to need a little bit more hand-holding because they haven't seen your process work for anyone else. They've only seen it work for you. And so in their mind, they're kind of thinking, you're special, you're unique, I don't know that this is gonna work for me. The people that start to get results around them will start to lift those limitations off. But you might need to, for example, when I first started my YouTube channel and my coaching, I didn't know how to make a website. So the person I hired was also in the beginning of their course teaching other coaches how to become coaches. And so she was willing to do a little bit more with me. She actually made my website. She helped me make my first funnel. She did it for me. And then she showed me how to do it. You might need to be in the mode of actually doing a few of those things because if that's the stuff that they are limited by in their minds to get past to the next step, just be ready to put in a little bit more work like that. Of course, you also want to have resources, you want to have tools, you want to have documents, you want to have all these types of things that are going to help people have the resource and the tools and the know-how to be able to actually execute on these deals. And lastly, and this is a key thing, this is what I did in the beginning as well, and it was gold. I honestly, it was just a lot of fun. I had VIP days. Now, my VIP days were in person, and I literally had people flying from New York to California to have a VIP day with me. And the next day was an entire day of essentially building the foundation of their business, and they would leave with a clear vision of what they needed to do to get rid of that bottleneck or to take the next steps. Those VIP days accelerated it, and it accelerated their success. Most of those people left ready to give me testimonials because of just aha moments that they had. And then a week, two later, they already had successes that they could then give me testimonials from. So if you want to really accelerate it, VIP days are awesome. You can also just do those virtually now. A lot of people are a lot more open to getting on a virtual one-day workshop rather than flying out to your town. I had no pushback from people that were ready to do this. They were like, yes, I want to get out there. I don't care if it costs a couple $1,000s. I'm going out there. I want to stay in your Airbnbs. I want to come into your living room and see exactly how you built this business. And it was extremely successful for both the student and myself. That leads me to step number 3, which is record a video of yourself explaining this offer. So in this invite, which I'm going to tell you in a second, we're going to direct people to the video. But in this video, you're going to essentially just talk about everything in the offer that I just mentioned. The one-on-ones, the group coaching, the VIP days, the resources, the course, the community, everything in, a 5 to 10 minute video. What this video is going to do, it's going to save you a ton of time. How's it going to save you time? Well, let's go ahead and just jump to number 4, which is the invite, and you'll see how this is going to save you time. So kind of combining number 3, number 4 together. Number 4 is the key. Again, you have only outlined your offer at this point. You have not made your offer. You have not made any sort of course material. You haven't even decided which platform you're going to use to make your course, but you are going to go to that person that you talked about from your list that said, yes, I am interested in having a similar result that you are promising or promoting that you can get me. You're going to say, hey, John, I know I talked to you like 2 weeks ago, and I know that you were really excited to learn a little bit more when I did have an offer ready to go, when I did have a course in community. And I think I've got that now, and I think you're going to be really excited about what I've got. I think this can get you exactly what you were looking for. You were telling me that your hangups are A, B, and C, and that you want to accomplish X, Y, and Z. That's exactly what this is going to do for you. And what I want to do is I want to actually make you a part of a ground level test group that's going to eventually help me turn this into a course and community that will help thousands of people across the entire world. And that's going to be a special thing for you to be a part of. The reason I want you to be a part of this test group is because you're ready to work. You've already told me you're ready to put in the work. But really, what I want to do is I want to get you these results quickly. It's going to be X amount of days, 90 days, 100 days, 2 months, whatever it is. It's going to be X amount of days. And I want to start this on June 1st with you and about 10 other people. Now, I'm inviting 20 people. I can only handle 10, but I'm inviting 20. So I would like to know from you if you'd be interested in this. This is eventually going to cost X, but I'm going to give it to you at a third of the price, at a fourth of the price, at a half of the price. For me, it was, hey, mine's eventually going to be $7,500 or more. I want to give this to you for $2,500. I invited 20 people. I got 10 yeses. There's my $25,000 that I mentioned to you earlier. So notice I haven't even talked about what the offer is. I've just said it's going to get you A, B, and C like you told me you wanted. Is that something you're interested in? Oh, by the way, I'm willing to hook you up. They say yes. What's it all about? Great, John. I'm going to send you this video that I made. Watch that video. Call me in 10 minutes once you're done watching. Boom. After that video, he's either like, yes, I'm in, or he or she is like, you know, I don't think I'm quite there yet. And that's okay. Maybe I'll be ready in a few months. No problem. Do you know anyone that would be interested in? I got 10 spots. This is the invite. This is exactly what I've done. This is exactly what I teach. This is exactly what you should do. Number 5, create the course gradually. Going back to the offer, you've only outlined it. Now it's time to get to work. Make the first course module before week 1, but then because of the way that you're going to set this up, you're going to do weekly group calls to start off. This will eventually be something you probably have bi-weekly or monthly calls, but in the beginning, you're going to do weekly group calls because you're going to release module 1, maybe even module 2, just the foundations, the kind of the boring homework stuff, the stuff that just you got to get out of the way. You know, it's from a legal standpoint, all the things that you need to do and you need to have in your course. That's all going to be in the beginning. And then after they watch that, you're going to get on the group call. Say it's Wednesday night at 5 p.m. You're going to say, okay, let's just go over everything that was in that first one again. 10 minutes of me talking and repeating a few key elements just to reinforce. And then, hey, what are some questions that came up as you went through module number 1? What are some things that you feel like are the next step for you in this process of learning how to get your first deal? Let them tell you exactly what they need for you to be able to make that next module. So module 1, group call, get feedback, make module 2. Module 2, group call, get feedback, make module 3. Are you feeling this? So if it's a 9-week course, you'll eventually have 9 modules. This is the key. If you do it this way, then you won't have to go and refilm a whole new course because you're getting the feedback along the way. You're able to just go ahead and give everyone what they want. If anyone says, hey, something was missing from that, you just add it in afterward. You add it in maybe even during the fact that they're doing the test group. This is the magic of doing your course gradually. Number 6, some small wins. A small win could be as simple as I started my LLC. I named my company. I got my logo made on Fiverr. Or it could be as medium-sized as I learned how to underwrite a deal. I made a phone call and built a relationship with someone that can bring me a deal, or I even talked to a seller. These small wins create momentum. It is important. It's just something that's very simple. There's not much more to talk about. Get them small wins and celebrate those small wins within the group. Make everyone feel all warm and fuzzy inside because that's what's going to help keep their heads up, not get discouraged, and move forward to eventually get a big win or a deal. Yes. We need to get them a deal, and we need to get them a deal quick. A lot of courses out there will teach you all of the homework to do first and then to get into action, and it's going to take you by module 4 or 5 just to get into action. That is not the way to do it. You're going to get people into action ideally by week 2. They should be able to have a strong lead by week 2. If you can drive that kind of action, if you can drive that kind of course material to be able to force them into action, which by the way, I would recommend as you gradually make this, at the end of each course module, you have that next step, do the homework. The homework in week 2 should be make 20 calls, try to underwrite 5 deals and call those leads, those deals. If you can do this by week 2, you might have testimonials by week 2. You might be ready to say, hey, you just got your first deal, or hey, look at where you were 14 days ago and look at where you are now. You might actually have a lead that could turn into a deal. How are you feeling right now? Kyle, this is awesome. This is great. Like I didn't think it was this simple. Awesome. Can you do me a favor? We're on a call right now. Can I just FaceTime you really quick? Can I send you a Zoom link really quick? Can I just record this and just ask you, like, as you're really excited right now for a testimonial, get them while they're hot, which is exactly what you are doing for number 8. The thing I would just say is just ideally get a video. You don't, the written ones are fine, but have your student take a selfie of themselves, get on Zoom with them, whatever you got to do. Most people too, by the way, don't get offended if they're like, oh, I don't know what to say. No problem. Let's get on a Zoom, a 2-minute Zoom. I'll ask you 2 questions and we'll be in and out, done like that. One of my best testimonials, I was asking the guy for like 4 weeks and he was like, I just don't know what to say. I'm like, no problem. Let's just get on a Zoom. I'll ask you the questions. Boom. 5 minutes later, 3 answers to 3 questions. And that one testimonial, I can't even tell you how much money that made me. And that is the magic that turns us into number 9, an evergreen course. When you have those testimonials, you have proof of concept that your process works, because now you're not the only one that got success from it. You taught other people how to do it as well. You have people that are praising you for helping them do it, and you have the tools, you have the know-how, you have the process, you have the testimonials to put on a sales page that does all the selling for you. And now all you're trying to do is funnel people into your ecosphere, your content that is going to eventually funnel them into your offer. This right here, if you do the first 8 steps, a lot of people want to go from 1 or 0 to evergreen. You've missed 7 or 8 steps along the way. If you can do all these steps, the evergreen will be strong. It'll be something that you are glad that you put the time into. It might have taken you hours and hours and hours and hours to get through step 1 through 9. But by the time you're done with step 9, you have an evergreen course that if you do this right and you keep providing value through your channel, through your Instagram, your YouTube, your podcast, whatever form you're using as your marketing tool, that will drive people to this and say, man, if they're giving away this for free, then what do I get when I actually pay them? And that right there is how we turn this into a business that can take less than 5 hours per week and produce 10, 20, 30, 40, or even in the 6 figures per month by having a great evergreen course. And yes, I actually mean that when I say under 5 hours. Click on the next video right here to check out how I do this in under 5 hours per week. And don't forget to download the guide, the notes from this that I have down below in the description.